welcome to Long Arm Wednesday. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very thankful to see you here today and happy to see you here today. We're working on our fall wall hanging. Remember Mr. Tom Test Turkey? That's what I've been calling him around here, Mr. Tom Test Turkey. You can see him in the small camera, so hopefully Pop will put that in there right away. We're just going to do a little stitch in the ditch on him on this one right here, and then maybe do a little leaf print. But then we have our two-part series of our Touch of Fall table runner, and of course I made mine just a little bit wider because I wanted my pumpkins to be and my squash to be a bit of a bit fatter, because they only had like this little tiny little chunk here, and I didn't want squish pumpkins. I want a big old fat pumpkin. So that's what we did, and now it's up on Mr. Walt so we can get all quilted up. I'm very excited. Check out all those colors. Love it. Love it. All right, I have shadow glide thread in the top and the bobbin. I have my ruler plate on, and it is off the belts. So it's all loosey-goosey. Wherever I want to go with it, it's going to go. So we'll work on little Mr. Tom Test Turkey here first. I did a little stitch around. Obviously, I had some obviously different colored thread would be when I stitched that out, so no worries. We can just tack down here. Hopefully you like the new angle of the camera. We thought we'd try out a little something different. Pop realized I use a lot with my left hand, and it seemed like the camera was kind of getting in the way a little bit, especially doing some free motion or ruler work. And he switched it over here, so here we go. I'm just going to stitch right in, kind of not necessarily the ditch, but beside the ditch. So let's say we're stitching in the road. Okay, and because I have the shadow thread in there, I just kind of want to do this one part. I think I'm going to change colors with whatever it is I got going on here, whether it be the orange or the green or what have you. And I have some beautiful, actually I'll show you the colors that I chose for the orange. I'll show here. Okay, is that beautiful? Love that. Love that. And that is called Firestorm. I love that. That's so beautiful. And then I have like there's a couple of foresty greens and stuff like that I'll use up for the green, and then a nice beautiful burgundy for the red parts here. So I'll take the time and switch out the threads. All right, so I'm just kind of stitching right beside, using my little plexi ruler, bracing up it against the foot, and stitching right next to the ditch. Okay. And then I'm going to come back and put some, like a little loop and leaf, and nothing too fancy, and I don't want to stitch it down crazy. I don't want to stitch it to death. I just want to tack it down. Okay, so I'm going to stop there a second. I'm going to roll it towards me at least like maybe twice. Okay. Just so I can make sure I can get that top part. Oops. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. And then I'm just going to fill it in with that, like I said, that little leaf and a little loop and so on and so forth. Okay, loop, leaf, vein of the leaf, loop, loop, leaf, little vein of the leaf. I just kind of move back and forth. Don't really have too much thought about it, just have some fun. Leaf, make a big leaf, make a small leaf, whatever. Make an oak leaf, you know. You're just kind of tacking the space down, adding a little bit of dimension. Hopefully you can see that. And because he's kind of directional, I'm kind of putting all my leaves in this sort of, same manner. I could switch it up, go all crazy like. Oh, look at me go. Look at me go. I'm going crazy. And then just filling it in. And then we'll work over on the wall hanging next. I mean, the table runner. This is the wall hanging. Sorry. You know what I means. We'll just putter around the corner here. Make it nice and smooth. try not to think too much about it, or, you know, you're gonna mess yourself up. You know, come back and do, you need to come a little loop up there in that corner zone. Fill it in. Well, some leaves are different. You know, that's up to you. No, just giving this a little extra special touch. This little finishing touch. You could easily free motion this. You could easily just stitch in the ditch on this. It's whatever you like to do. Okay, we'll stop right there because my ruler plate tapped the bar. Okay, but I didn't want to stretch too far. Okay, all right. Like my little fall hat? This is like 22 years old. My grandmother-in-law made it for my son when one of his first Halloweens, because he was only a few months old. And we still have the sweater. We always dress up the bear around Halloween with it. So it was one of his very first costumes, and I love it. We always use it around here. It's one of our very favorite pieces. Okay, so here is where I have all sorts of options. I can fill this in any way I like, right? I thought more of a little bit of a swirl, fill it in with a hook or something, whatever fills in the gap, you know, whatever. I mean, you do whatever feels good to you. You can switch it up, do it a collage, do it a, you know, whatever. All right, so we're just gonna kind of work our way on the top here, all the way across, maybe a little bit across the bottom, and then do some stitching in the ditch, okay? All righty. Like I say, you don't have to do all crazy. You can just tack it. Go around your applique, do a little bounce back. You know, fill it in as much as you want to fill it in, okay? Hopefully you can see it a little bit better on that black on black sort of thing with the shadow. I could have used black, but I chose the shadow instead. Do big loops, little loops. Bounce back to get yourself the spaces you want to get to. Try not to worry too much about those in the way. Okay. Don't forget to move. Can't stress that enough. Moving with your project. You have to come out onto the outside and stop and then come back in. That's okay. You're just filling in the space. I love doing swirls. Swirls are my favorite. Too much about it, just fill the space. That's what you're there to do, you know. Don't stress too much about it. Oops, oh, did we break a thread? We must have broke a thread. That's okay, we fix. Make sure it's all looped up where it needs to be and it's in the proper tension spot. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, Pop, I'm going to have to get you to help there if I bring it all the way closer. And it's actually hooked at the back. Okay, sorry about that. For some reason, it got hooked up underneath. All right, so we'll rethread. Thanks for your help there, Pop. Okay, cut a new thread. And remember, only the top broke, not the bottom. So we kind of got to go back to where we were to bring that bobbin thread up. Oh. Of course, black on black is not really helping me thread it at all here, so let me just move to the orange. There we go, much better. Okay, so we want to kind of come back over here because it looks like it was really tight here. So we can pull those out. Let's pull that bobbin up, give it a cut right in the middle, move the head away so it's only leaving the one tail. Okay. And then, oops, there we go. All right, let's move these threads out of the way. All right, there we go. And just work your way around the greenery. Whether you're doing big swirls or just kind of little half hooks and you're bouncing around, whatever, just fill her in. And of course you can choose a red or an orange or, you know, whatever sort of funky threads that you got going on. That's totally and completely up to you. I kind of wanted something just to blend a little bit. There's a lot of, you know, quilts and wall hangings around here with me trying to show off my fancy stitches. So I just really wanted this to just kind of blend. And you're just going to fill in the whole, like, border of the center of this, just like that. All right, so we'll leave that there and let's do some stitching in the ditch now that you know we've got this all tacked down and beautiful. It looks really good. We'll go over it with this small camera. Like, what happened to my small scissors? I normally stick them right there. Okay, so yeah, check that out. Looked really good. Oh, let's trim that little green one here. It looks good just all tacked down like that. Looks very nice with that shadow thread. All right, so we'll work our way from this side. And since we have the ruler plate and, oh, here we go. We have our little plexiglass cutter, or not cutter, plexi piece. Okay. And I could, you know, come up here and really define the whole triangular of it, but I think I'm just going to go the up and the downs of the diagonals of these half square triangles. Okay. Butt it up right against it and just kind of stitch in the road. Not necessarily stitching in the ditch, but stitching in the road. Okay. Now this one's got 4, so let's go all the way down, across the 2, across the top of the second row, up to this one, come up on the outside, we can follow again, across, and then down. Okay. And then come right back up to the top and start all over again with this big one. Okay. There we go. Actually, that's working out really nice, Pop. Thank you for moving the camera. I never thought to move it. I just came in from crossing guard and was playing with Sophie for a few minutes because she's always excited to see me when I first get back. And so we can, you know, get a little filming done. And I came back, I was like, whoa! You moved the camera. What is going on? It's been that way for like a year and a half. It's so weird. But I like it. I like it that it's not in my way of my hand, and it gives me a whole lot more freedom to move around without, you know, making sure that, you know, I got my mug in my hand in the way that you can't see what I'm doing. So awesome. Thank you very, very much, Pop. And I'd like to say thank you to a couple people who have mailed us their goodies. We've received quite a few goodies. So pleased and tickled pink and so proud to have quilters in our lives, let me tell you. Just come bring it down here to the top. We'll finish the row, and then I will show you all our little treasures we've got here. They're little fan mail at the quilt shop. Tell you, makes me all gushy, all sappy faced, as Pop calls it. Just so proud to, you know people who are so caring and so giving, and, you know, want to partake in our little, you know, part of stitchery heaven. You know, we have fun here. We try to have fun. We keep it real. We try to help and give back wherever we can. It's just who we are. All right, one more half square try. Oops, I went too far. Hold on. Backtrack, tickety tack. There we go. There we go. Not that there's a right or a wrong. I mean, it's up to you. You can go whatever way. Like, I was just trying to make as less stops as possible, right? Okay. All right. Now, let's check our little mail here. Okay, first is to thank you to Vicki from Florida of her little snails. Oh my gosh, I just here, actually I'll put it in here, down here too, so you can see it. Just love them. It's actually on my to-do list of things to do for what I'd like to do for the quilt shop, and myself is learning. So that snails one is there. So thank you so much for that. It is absolutely adorable, and I can't wait to add it to the pile. And then also a thank you to Liz from England of her beautiful robin, and she just tried her hand at thread painting. Oh my goodness. Here, I'll put it down here so you can actually see it. And it is the most beautiful robin. Look how cute he is. I can't wait for him to hang out on our quilt. He's adorable. And this one too, like you guys are so awesome to, you know, just be sending us this. And, you know, and I know we just kind of, you know, said it as kind of random one day that we would like to build a quilt with everybody from where they're from, and you know, I don't know, it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. And thank you very, very much. And I can't wait to get everybody together in like the big pool, as we'll say. And we'll say thank you to Victoria from Indiana. Her package arrived, and you'll see one of those on next Long Arm Wednesday. Let me tell you, they're beautiful. So thank you very much, Victoria, for that. And all right, we'll sign off. And that's what I'm going to kind of keep puttering at for a little bit so I can have it done for my turkey dinner on Saturday. Can't wait. Yay. We were going to normally have it on Sunday, but I'm kind of busy on Sunday. I'm live streaming. Yeah. All right, take care, everybody, and we'll see you on Weekend Project. We're working on a holly. Woohoo! Take care, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving, all you Canadians. Bye-bye.